That's it, we're rolling. Happy weekend, people. It is currently Sunday, 6th of November 2016. Just gone 9 o'clock here in the UK. Yeah, a bit of a mixed weekend for me, really. I was at a football game earlier, and it was an early kick-off. I had a few beers, and I've been to bed, and I've woken up at 8, and then I'm doing this trading stuff now. So, yeah, but I'm on point. There's no issues there on the alcohol front. We hope. Yeah, okay, so this week's been very exciting for me, actually. Anyway, we'll start with the weekly close as normal, right? So I'm currently another £23 down, 0.24% down. That's on the 10k account. Nothing's happened. We've still got the Aussie USD open on the 5k account. But yeah, there's the equity curve for that. This equity curve for the 10-1 since October is looking really poor. But we'll come on to that in a little bit. So we did have a New Zealand Swiss trade close, which we can have a look at in a minute. And as always, I've got all my numbers there. But in essence, since I started trading 10k, which is the beginning of October, I'm down 3.31%, which is not great. Okay, so let's have a quick look at that New Zealand Swiss trade. I can't remember that. I'm doing this off the cuff. What do we have here? So we had looks like a daily MACD short, 8 hours short. In we went. Market went with us. Hopefully you can see this, make this out. What happened now? Oh yeah, second order got filled. Looks like I was a cheeky boy as well. So we got second order fill. Cheeky boy as well. I saw this retrace, put another position in there. Again, looking after my risk. I always look after my risk, so it won't have increased my risk too much. And then no doubt, yeah, I don't know why I haven't put the screenshot in there. I always do that. But you can, you get the idea. It stopped us out there. Yeah, that's a bit naughty of me, actually, because I always put that in there. But you can see I've got all my in there. So note to self, may put that screenshot in, although right now I'm not sure I will. Anyway, so that was that. That's what took us out. So we lost 0.24% then. Obviously the number doesn't really matter, but the point is I lost 0.25%. Yeah, you can't worry about these things. When I'd loaded this up, we had some good signals, loaded this up. Now if this had have carried on, I would have had 3 positions with a bit of weight behind them, right? So had it a run, we would have been into some reasonable profit. So let me just call up the chart now and see what happened. It might be too early to tell. It's just loading in the background. Right, okay, here we go. No, and so I was about, where was I with my stops? Stop was this one, so what's that? 7109. 7109, 7, well, yeah, let's call it 71. So, yeah, on reflection, the number wasn't particularly great, but anyway, yeah, so that's the point of a stop, right? You can see this sucker's gone through the roof, you know, knocked me out. Hasn't turned around. Doesn't mean to say it won't come back, you know, but that's kind of the point of a stop. Interestingly, so where are we now? We're the 6th. So the markets have really sort of gapped, or they've really exploded on open. Although we're not actually open, so I don't know what's going on. But it's so we're in that. I always do this seemingly in the funny hour of when the markets are readjusting before coming over on FXCM, the platform I use. So yeah, but I've never seen them open this much, kind of with a swing, which is interesting. I don't really know what's going on in there. I'm not sure I care. I'm trying to work out if I care. But anyway, weekly insight, right? So this is why this is why I'm feeling a little bit better about life. So this is probably not going to say this now. Let me bring this over. I managed to get up to over 4,000 pips up. I'm still just there with these prices that are flicking around, right? So you can see down there, profit and loss, 4,000 pips. I got up to 4,500. This is a bit of a milestone for me. I've never had this many pips on the table. I'm not getting overly excited about it. There's no way I'll walk away with 4,000 unless it runs. So if they all run, I suppose I'd see maybe 6,000, allowing me to lock in 4,000. But to be honest, don't really care that much. This was also up at, hang on, I got a screenshot earlier. This was up. So before the market started fiddling with themselves, if that doesn't sound too rude. Quick fill, come on, you're wasting people's time, and all we have in this world is time, so they want to be... Yeah, so I had gross profit of 556, don't know if anyone can see that. Anyway, it's there somewhere. That was on Sunday. That was this morning. Sorry, I've had another sleep, so I'm getting my days wrong. Yeah, so we're not sure where this is, but this is going to sort itself out when the market's properly open. But the key thing is here that I've got risk is down on the 5k account is down to 0.25%, same as, and risk on the 10k account is 0.15%. So, but what we've actually got in is 1.75 in locked. So we've got a lot of profit locked in at the moment. So what does that leave me with? 1.6 profits if everything goes wrong. I'm looking at the 10k account here, which whilst won't actually give us, it wouldn't get us back to break even for this quarter, but it's not too bad. I mean, given that every single thing that I've been touching trading wise, I'm not touching anything else. Given anything else that I've been touching trading wise for X months seems to have been not amazing, this is pretty good. And certainly October was terrible. Anyway, I'm kind of prattling a bit. We're 6 minutes in. So let's have a quick look at what I've got open. So Aussie USD is doing nothing really. It's still on the 5k account, so I can't finish the books on that. I can never find this thing. Yeah, this is, we're looking at a kind of big wedge here is what we're trying to go for, break out this wedge. It's been up, it's been down, it's been all around. It's doing whatever that is doing, which isn't that amazing. Sorry, I thought I just saw something. Maybe I'm freaking out. Right, okay, UK 100. Now, equities are exciting at the moment. I'm actually going to... So we're a week in. I'm going to change it to weekly, actually. So the left-hand side is a weekly chart now. UK 100. So you would have to say, if you looked at that, that's pretty bearish. And that is probably the most bearish week we've had since somewhere down here, which I presume was Brexit territory. Can't remember. Oh, no, this is early 17, so Brexit was here. Oh, I'm getting confused. Anyway, whatever it is, it's fairly bearish. So when you look at the daily, we're rolling over really nicely here. Now we are at a support level, there's 650, which it's bounced off a couple of times. So I'm going to try and not press the stops too much. I will trail these up a little bit more, maybe get my stops down about here. I'm actually quite keen to leave them above this 6,900 because it's been a level of support. But I won't actually. I'm going to work them down because the trade's in, and I will. I'm working off of this kind of cross here, and I'll just run these down. So there's a bit of money on the table already locked in here, as I was saying. We can see I've got what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. Have we got 4 positions? Didn't know I had 4 on that. So 290 pips, 400 pips, 285 and 308. So there's quite a few pips in there. That's I don't know how many are locked in, but there's quite a few on the table there. Was that 700, 1,000, about 1,300 if my maths are quick off the button. But obviously that market's not open yet, right? And one thing we do know about this week, we'll come on the news in a bit. Well, no, we'll do news now is we've got the US elections coming up. That's why I'm wearing my New York hat, actually. Not that New York's got anything, because it's America. And America's going to ruin my life or make me wealthy. Wealthy is a bit strong. This week, and that's happening on the 8th, which is Tuesday, I believe. Now, I don't really follow news and all that, as you know, but this is a biggie. We could see some real volatility in the markets this week due to that. So it's going to be really interesting, actually, to see where this opens. Now, I don't know what that little red dot there means. So that's saying the 6th, you see, which is today. So I don't know if that's all it's done or if it's still waiting to do its thing. We will see. Anyway, yeah, be wary of that one. With that in mind, I'm not putting any new trades on until that's out the way. There's not a lot. Oh, yeah, there are a couple of setups. Well, yeah, here I go. So when I'm talking to you, I'm being all sensible, saying I'm not going to touch any trades, but there are a couple of things I'm looking at we can come on to. UK 100, XAG, so silver. Yeah, not the best trade in the world, but it is moving. It has kind of run a little bit. So yeah, we're long here, got long here, and we are locked in with £5.35. So it's retirement fund stuff. But what you'll find with silver is we'll have a rollover fee here, which is already at 7.83, right? So I'm not a break even on that trade. I may move my stop up a little bit. I think it could go a little bit further close. Like if you look at the 8 over here, I don't think it'd be unreasonable to bring it up to about here. Having said that, it could attack the 18 mark again. It doesn't look like the best trade in the world, but you never know. It might do something spectacular on open. Okay, XAG, what are we on now? 10 minutes. Right, I'm really wasting lives here. I apologise. If you're sticking with me, it's still worth having a look at, because this one is a good one to USO. So US oil is a great one to look at, certainly if you're me. Sorry, I sound really arrogant, but you have no idea how long I've waited for these trades. Well, actually, some of you do. So I have got 4 positions on this. 750, yeah, a lot of pips. What's that? Thousands, and let's call that just 1,100, 1,000, 1,740, yeah, over 2,000 pips. Oh, I can't add it up because I'm on camera. Obviously, I can do these things in my real life. It's just maths. But yeah, look at this sucker, right? So we got short here around this 50 level here. I didn't believe, I saw this 50 level. It's been resistance before. It did run itself up right up to here. This is where the contract expired. I think I went through this the other week, but the contract expired on this day, and it was just pushing up on the, literally this was on the open of the new contract on the 19th, I believe it was, and it was up here somewhere, and I just thought this is worth a small short. So we had a small short in here, very small position. I think I risked 0.12%, and then I just scaled in as it's gone over, and for once in my life it's kind of run pretty well, and now I've got quite a bit, all these stops have locked in money here, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll be moving my stops along. Now, I did originally have some money to take off the table over, so I was going to scale out of this trade, and I had my limits, were about here. So my theory was that markets would come down, clip the limits, take off a bit of money, and they might bounce here, and then they could potentially run down to the 40s. So it was a support and resistance trade. Now, I took my limits off it. The market was really going for it on Friday. I just want to check that you've still got... yeah, I'm still there. Good. Market was really going for it on Friday, and I actually got right down. If I pull this 2-hour chart over... Now, I rarely do this, right? But my stops of... where my limits were here. Now, I happen to be working from home on Friday, and it's not really a biggie to have the chart on the screen. So I actually removed the limits and jumped down onto, is it 15-minute chart? Now, I don't really do this, okay? And I don't regard this as naughty, actually. And what I was doing was, I thought, because of the way the market was really gunning for it on Friday, I thought that it might go through this limit level, and I was going to drag my stops down on the 15-minute chart as it went, basically. Sorry, that's not very helpful. But let's put the 15 over here. It didn't look, because I was using the EMAs, or was it? So I was kind of jumping between charts. But anyway, I was using the support and resistance. So my aim was that I was going to kind of trail it down. But what happened was, I was seeing, when I started coming up with this idea, I was looking at that, and then so my stop was here, and then the market had other, and my limit thing I was aiming for was literally just about here. So I thought I'd just sort of trail it down, get a few more pips, but it didn't hit the limit level, and it's pinged back to this sort of under this 45 support level here, and yeah, well, it'll do whatever it's going to do now. So I'm just back to trailing stops again as I normally do. So I'll leave that there. I have removed this limit, and I think I'm going to work from home on Monday, not for that, for other reasons, but I can leave that quite easily. Just, it's not hard. When you can see it, it's not hard, but obviously you need a monitor sitting there doing it. Because I've got my day job, so I won't want to be getting disturbed in that, because it's things to achieve there. Yeah, anyway, so that's oil. Pat on my back for myself there. I'm really happy with that trade. That might be the best trade I've ever done. and I've already locked in 1.5%. So unless I get massively, hugely gapped and slipped on the open, I should be all right this week. Yep, so that's USO. What else is on the table? Aussie, New Zealand, real quick. Aussie dollar, New Zealand. Actually, there is something to comment. Maybe not this one. Yeah, so that's kind of running well as well. Just going to start trailing, take the risk off the table. This has got 0.15% risk on here. Is that actually all I've got? Seems a bit low. 0.17 there minus. Yeah, okay, that is right. So that's doing that, whatever that might be. Yeah. So I mean, there's no real profit in this locked in so far. But if this thing goes for it, I've got 2 positions in my favour, which is where I want to be anyway, mate. Right now, CAD Jappy, interesting, because that was going really well. I've just noticed this opening bar. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a clue what's going on here, right? I assume this is just so. I am. Oh, this chart. I think this chart's died. Let's go. Let's just open up this one. So I'm short. I'm short here, and there must be another. Oh, there's 2 positions shorted in there, are there? And then look at this, but the position's still open. So this is what I mean when FXCM's kind of okay. So just for starters, when I left it on Friday, I was seeing that, right? So I'm quids in. I'm just doing my analysis now. If I'd done it earlier without this funny price stuff, I'd have been saying get your stops in somewhere down here, right? Or at least a little bit lower. But then then it starts doing this stuff, and I'm actually, the market's on the other side of my stops, but I'm not stopped out, so I don't really get what's going on there, and the prices are moving. So it'll be interesting. I assume that if it stays like that and the market opens, I'll be out of this trade and presumably get slipped quite a bit as well. So I don't know how aware you guys are, but you know, just because you put your stops there doesn't mean you're going to get out that price. So it's like you've got orders there, but if the market opens above it, those orders will get filled at the market level. Okay, I think that's how it works anyway. I need to keep an eye on it though to make sure it is that. Anyway, so that's that. That's not great. So where are we? Yeah, so that's all my open trades. I'm more than happy with that. Right, we've got the US elections coming up. Other news events we've got coming up. There's nothing. These are high risk ones, right? So obviously nothing on Tuesday. Pretty much insane. If I've got that date wrong, I just googled it. Somebody please comment on my Facebook saying, Phil, you're nuts. It's wrong. What else have we got in there? New Zealand. Yeah, okay. So any Kiwi stuff could get hit there. Consumer price index. That's China, I believe, anyway. Yeah, and that I don't know. I don't get too excited about that. You might go for it. So any scalp traders out there, Maria, I know you love that, so maybe you'll be getting all excited about the 8th, but I also know that you like not too much volatility, so maybe that's not great. Maybe it's going to be too much. Yeah, okay, equity's looking serious shit. Now, I don't like to be too crude about things, but that is across the board as things close. So, GER 30, yeah. We're falling. US 30, we are presumably falling. I haven't looked at this one. Yeah, that was not too bad. Actually, it's the UK that's taking more of a hammering now. I think about it. Look at it. But yeah, so yeah, but who knows, right? I'm very much like I have no idea what's going to happen when this market opens, because obviously all this election crap's going on across the weekend. Jesus, I'm on 18 minutes. Sorry, it's been going on across the weekend. So. Who knows what will actually do when the market's open. Right, now looking at trades, I have still got my eyes on a USD CAD. I'm not going to go into too many more trades because I don't see very much. Yeah, and now I'm looking at that and I think maybe it's moved a lot anyway. But, you know, if I quickly look at the weekly chart, that's really funny because the weekly chart looks, well, anyway, on my other monitor it looks great. But yeah, you know, so there's some sort of channel here. It might be rolling over. Now, the more I look at it, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I saw, probably got it, but it's moved too much. Ignore me, that's probably a bit crud. I hope that was helpful in any way. Love to hear from you on Facebook or follow me on yeah, one of my friends suggested that people should follow on YouTube as well, because then you see when I upload the videos. So if you want to do that, go to Showboating Trader on YouTube. That should be pretty easy to to find. I think it's just Showboating Trader. Obviously, you can click through to the links. You can see all the kind of rap, hip hop, and there's usually some trading videos coming up here anyway. But yeah, my channel is. Let's have a look at my channel. Showboating Trader. I don't know what the URL is, but yeah, you can find that quite easily. Yeah, I'd love for you to follow it. Share it with some friends if you think this is any way helpful. Yeah, other than that, just leave me some comments. Love you all. Have a great week trading. Be safe with these volatile markets. And most importantly, don't forget to live the dream. I'm in at 20 minutes 30. I hope it was valuable. I hate wasting people's time. Love you lots. Live the